Alright, welcome back. We've matched SLAW. My first fight here is this Hyperion. I'm going to be taking him with S99, so the initial wither will stop any power gains, so you don't really need an invuln. And if you happen to not be able to pause your debuffs, this cool node will do it for you. So it's just a straightforward S99 fight. Pause debuffs, hit block, build ruptures, and then let the ruptures do the damage. And if you happen to be able to push him over bar power to get a rupture burst, go for it, which I am, just for time purposes, and he will go down relatively quickly. Alright, next up is this Sandman. Going to be taking him with Hulkling. I considered using S99 for this fight, but Hulkling I think is the quicker, safer bet. So I put full suicides on, 1 out of 3 recoil, and the initial buildup of 4 pierce, 4 aptitude, and the unblockable, I'm going to have to let wear off. I'm just doing that for an initial opening and to build power by not only hits but also using my shapeshift charges. So I'm trying to bait this special 1 out of him here, and he just doesn't want to throw it, and the daunted are about to fall off. So once they fall off, I know that I'm not going to be rooted once he does throw it, and I don't want to push him to a special 2, so I had to make sure to get it out of him first. So here I get it out of him, and now I'm going to start building back up to throw my special 2, get the unblockable here, finish my combo, special 2, and the fight's over. Alright, next up is this Fantman. Going to be taking him with Hulkling because once you have a Pierce buff active, he can't build his glancing armor things anymore. So now I have Pierce. He shouldn't get any more of those. Trying to wait for them to fall off, but realistically I don't need to because he won't get any more now that I have Pierce. I'm going to bait this special out of him. Somehow I learned how to dex it. And now I'm just waiting for an opening to hit his block. I get that. Just waiting for him to back up again. And then we're going to go straight into the unblockable SP2. It doesn't kill him, but next one will. And down he goes. Next up is a bit of a classic at this point. Good old Hulkling on Rich Get Richer with S99. The basic idea is the normal dex back, pause debuffs, build your ruptures, right? But you do want to give him buffs at some point. No matter how you decide to do that, it's up to you. You can either take a blocked hit, you can hit him. I prefer to hit him because I really don't like the Pierce buffs. But bait the special 1 out, and then you can land some regular hits. I like to, just for shits and gigs, and to maintain my spacing in case he decides to push me back into a corner. But just gonna get your rupture bursts, push him over bar power, and then back and forth over bar power if you can. Alright, so next up is a fight I've never done before, and I will never do again. It's Power Snack Onslaught with S99. So I used all my dual credits practicing against this guy. I was having a lot of trouble pausing just because of his animations and how he runs in. So there's times like right there, didn't get a pause. And I was having trouble dexing his SP1 100% of the time. I was getting it relatively consistently, but not 100% consistently. But I felt confident enough to get the fight done because I had no more ways of practicing. So what I didn't plan for was how aggressive this guy was going to be. So I get most of that special one. Now I'm going to end up in the corner a lot in this fight. I'm going to end up having to intercept out of the corner, like right there, just to maintain spacing and not let myself get pushed against the wall, taking blocked hits. And the last thing I wanted to have happen was for him to get the crush charge on me and just be able to hit through my block, so I was trying to avoid that. But the AI in this one was incredibly aggressive, and it just, when the AI is aggressive like this, it doesn't really work well for S99 fights, because you need to be able to pause. So here I'm focusing on pausing, and he doesn't want to come in, and then once he does and I pause, he just doesn't want to back up anymore. And so that makes it relatively difficult. At this point in the fight, though, I'm feeling pretty confident about it. I feel like I'm doing all right. It's gone on for a decent amount of time, but we're in good shape. And then I'm going to mess up a special 1 dex at some point, and that's when things are going to get kind of hairy. So here, just trying to work my way out of the corner like I have been the whole fight, it seems. And then I wasn't prepared for this special one. So I get hit with the whole thing, got 11 neuros on me, intercept out of the corner, launch the special 2. I was hoping it was going to do more damage than it did, but I have a feeling that this guy has inequity on, so not helping. Now I have my wither back up, but I have no ruptures. Right there, I was not prepared for that to happen at that moment in the fight, but naturally it did. So trying to get back to the normal good old hit block, push him back. I knew that if I didn't dex this special 1 here, I was probably dead. So I just made sure that I got it right. And he's going to throw another one, and I'm going to get most of it. I'm going to get hit by the last part of it, just because of the nature of the situation. SB2 intercept out of the corner. And at this point, I'm like, all right, he has 1 more special 1 left. If I can finish him without him throwing it, that would be ideal. Luckily, he threw that heavy there, didn't push me into the corner, and I made it out of it alive. But I definitely took a break after that fight. And then next up here is classic Photon with S99. The one thing I noticed differently about this one is because she's on Aspect of Evolution, the fight is going to take almost the length of time as a boss fight, even though she has half the health of a boss. And that's just because throughout the course of the fight, every time she gets a bar of power, she's going to be building all of her stats. So I tried my best to, I don't know, I want to say not give her too much power, but at the same time, I can't just spend the whole fight dexing and letting the ruptures tick down. That would be an awfully long fight. So I was giving her some power just to get the rupture bursts, and but it ends up being a pretty standard Photon fight. So I'm going to let it finish out, and I'll come back when it's all done. So next up is Onslaught on Conflictor with Hulkling. And my game plan for this fight was PS1, max suicides, and what I wanted to do was basically build up to my special 2 with Unblockable, launch the special 2, and chain my special 2s together. And the part where I'm going to make a mistake is after my first special 2, he goes to throw a heavy, and I wasn't ready for it. I should have dexed out of the way, come back in, punished, launched a special 2. But instead I get hit by it, and then as soon as he throws it, I expected him to come running in. So I stood up, and I went to hit my special button, and he threw his special. And that was it. So in the future, if I were to take this fight, I would probably special 2 and then bait the special out of him first, just to be safe, because the AI has been relatively sort of unpredictable with specials as of late. But he's going to go down with 1 death there. So we ended up winning this one. I won't rant about matchmaking, because I think I've done that enough at this point. But good luck to Spartan Law for the rest of their season. And thank you very much for watching.